All right, so here we have another men's 5-0 bracket match. We've got Dan Reese gonna serve first here, closest to the camera, and John Hendrickson as his partner. And on the opposite side in the red shirt is Jake Dinkle, and the gray is Max Vogt. And side note, John told me that my commentating is too nice, but let's face it, I'm pretty much just here hanging out with you. Anyway, he said I needed to use the word terrible 3 times in the next match, and lucky winner John, you are going to be the recipient. So that dink was terrible. But you did redeem yourself on this point. And an unlucky net lick there from John. Just went to attack that ball to just graze the net cord. But Max was ready and put it away. Nice shot. Alright, so we got 1-0. Jake serving. That's rough. So Max 1-0-2. Nice drop. Nice dink. Good attack from Dan. Jake got the first one back, but that second one just came with too much power. Super low. Those are tough to dig out. Great spot for John to go there, but Max was on it. A little chaotic there. I think John thought Dan was going to poach and cross over, but he got back into position well. Dan got that ball to put away, just swung a little bit too hard at it. Oh, nice idea. Just kind of flick it to that back corner, but just missed a little long. So both of these teams went on to medal in this bracket. Jake and Max got second, and John and Dan took third. Both teams played great. I caught quite a few of each of their matches, and they were all earned it for sure. Oh, that's tough. Missed third. Alright, side out here. I think it's still 0-1-1. Nice drop from John. Nice fourth from Jake. Way to keep it low. Let's see if these guys can get some points on the board. Nice drive from Dan. Great fourth from Max too. These guys are keeping all the shots really low. Tough to attack. And John just hit that one terribly into the net. Side out again. Nice drop from John. Great backhand flick here from Max, and Jake just gets a great angle, puts it away. There's not much Dan could do about that one. Alright, Max serving. Nice shots. Oh, good dink rally. Dan just didn't quite get the right piece of that one. Alright, let's see if these guys can rack up a few more points. It's going to be Jake serving here. I think it's 3-0-2. Nice pace coming off of John's paddle here. He's really putting his whole body into those shots. Great defense from Jake and Max. Max has a great reset here, but John takes a step back. He's got time. The other boys at the baseline kind of pulls Jake out of position, and then that final put away right down the line. Great point from everyone. And we get a side out. Oh, Dan served a little long. Oh, missed drop from Dan there. A quick side out. Back to Max and Jake. Nice backhand from Dan there. But Jake comes in with a great backhand speed up. What a nice shot. Alright, we got Max serving. Oh, miscommunication in the middle there. Since the ball was coming from kind of that back corner, I think Dan could slide over to cover that, but it's also a great ball for the person on the left to get aggressive with and slide over. So it looks like John and Dan decided to call a timeout, and I think that's a good move after a miscommunication like that in the middle. Jake and Max have some momentum in their favor right now. I think that's a good choice from John and Dan. Kind of shake that off a little bit and start fresh. And we're back here. Let's see if that was an effective timeout. Well, worked out in their favor. Sometimes just a little bit of a break helps change the momentum, but they still have a second serve here, so we'll see if Jake and Max can get another point on the board. Oh, good lead from Dan. He wanted that one. It was pretty close, but a really good choice to leave that ball. So they're going to stack here to just give the boys a different look. Have Dan on the left. And it worked out for them, so let's see if they can keep it rolling. Nice serve. But Jake dealt with it well. Great spot from Max. And a nice speed up right down the middle. Alright, so John's going to be serving, I believe it's 1-5-2 now. Nice drop from Dan. Oh, but a missed dink in the net. Side out. Good shots from Dan. Way to keep him back. And yeah, John just went right for Jake's feet on that one, rolled it, and couldn't quite get it back over. Oh, good lead by Dan. Nice shots. Good gets from Jake. Just that last one had a little too much oomph on it. We got the serve back. Let's see if they can make a run for it. Really nice shots from Dan. That's a good backhand flick from Max. Just Dan was ready for it and caught the tape. Not a lot that Max and Jake could do with that ball. It's coming with a lot of pace and great shot from Max there. Nice backhand finish from Dan. So it's going to be 3-5-1. Nice low shots. Good dinks. Ah. Nice speed up choice from Jake there. And Max for the two-handed backhand put away. Nice place to drive that ball, Dan. Jake got there in time, but oh, they had a little miscommunication in the middle there. You know, I'd like to see Dan stick with that. I think he thought the angle was better for John to get, but definitely one of those gray area balls. Nice pace and roll on that one from John. Keep Jake back. Oh. I think he just caught that one funny. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Just took a backhand a little wide. That was a really nice shot from Jake there, but Dan got it back and Max just couldn't get that next one over. Great rolling drop from Dan. Nice spots. Nice rip, John, on that two-handed backhand. But just a little too far into the center of the court. Max saw that opportunity with the open space behind him, and great play. Good shots from Dan there. Nice aggression. Might hit an out ball, but if you put it away, no harm done there. Let's see if these guys can get a lead. Another great aggressive play from Dan. And just a little net trickle. Max couldn't get it. It was just bounced too close to the net. That was a nice shot from Jake. I think kind of went to an uncommon place for that ball. Held it a little bit longer, just went to Dan's outside foot. Ooh, a missed return there, just a little long from Dan. Nice aggression from Max. Got John just terribly out of position. Looks like they're going to get the side switch here. So round robin. They're switching at 8. It's a game to 15. And John, I've said terrible 3 times, so I am officially done. Nice power from Dan and John there. That last placement was wide to Max's backhand, which is always tough, especially when it's coming with a lot of pace. So tough ball to get back. Oh, maybe a little bit trigger happy there on the drive, but I know I said I was done, John, but, you know, could have been better. Good aggression from Dan. Nice. I think Max thought that ball was out, but they're giving it to him, and I'd say from this angle it was definitely in, so good call on that. Sometimes, you make a call in the moment, but good sportsmanship from Max to say that ball was in. Mm. 9-8. Nice block there. That was a great drive from Max and good play. Dan had a nice block, and sometimes that momentum just kind of carries you. He was pressing Dan's side there, so Dan had a good block, just a little bit behind Max, and Max couldn't really connect with that last one. Another nice drive from Max. He hits those really nicely, and diving drive just to where John was running. But good job, John, for getting that back. There's another one of Max's drives. He really gets on that ball nicely, and John with the long counter just did a little too much with that ball. So we get a timeout here. See if it slows Max and Jake down a little bit. Another nice drive from Max. Some low dinks. Oh. Nice placement for that speed up, but Dan was on it and countered really nicely. Diverted that ball. Got side out. Ooh, and a missed return. Easy point for Dan's serve there. Good job keeping them back, but Dan and John are in that kitchen line. John pulled the trigger and Dan was there to finish it. Good point. Oh, another missed return. Dan's serves really do come with a lot of pace, and a lot of times the spin reacts differently on each serve. And, I've dealt with it plenty myself, but that's always rough when you get two in a row. Nice wide dink, way to get behind that ball, Jake, and went cross court, avoids an Ernie, and it earned them the point. Good job. Oh, all those balls were a little bit high. They kept it going, just couldn't quite get it under control, and Dan for the finish. Nice patient shot here from Max, and John just wanted to pull the trigger. I think if he had gotten that ball up over the net, it probably was going out. But and then the last, just I think a misfire from John. There's that backhand again. Oh. Max was off balance a little bit, and that ball's kind of far over for Jake to think to cover. Another one of those gray area balls, but just a good placement from Dan. Good aggression from Max. The boys got a couple of them back, but he was able to finish that point. I think John was anticipating an Ernie opportunity there, and Jake might have known it, so just tried to pull that ball away from the line a little bit. It's good even if your opponent... Oh, yeah, that was a fluke from Dan there. Just kind of got a weird piece of that ball. But with the Ernies, I think Jake and John are good friends, and I think Jake knew what he was trying to do there. But the pressure of expecting it to come sometimes is just enough to miss that dink. Ah, Jake, I feel your pain.
13-12, 2.
So it's 13-12, 2. It's been a great close match. See,
14-12, 2.
I know I told you that Jake and Max get second in this bracket, but in the round robin, it doesn't always mean a victory for medaling teams, so you can still sweat this one a bit. Oh, good shots from Dan. Max just hit that last one a little wide. Oh, missed drive. It was close, just couldn't quite get over the net there. All right, match point. Let's see if they can do it. Oh, Dan slid over to take that ball, put it away, which I like that move. Just got on top of it too much. Good playing from all the guys. This was a fun and exciting match to watch.